Hello and welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned about a week ago at this point, today we're going to be talking about the TicPods 2 Pro. Now, as you might have gathered there, about a week ago I made a video about these. If you haven't seen it already, I'll link it down below. It'll probably be a card at the end of the video, so go check that out when you have some time. But I've been using the TicPods 2 Pro for a little over a week now, and just to go ahead and spoil most of the rest of the video, I think these are pretty good with a few minor caveats. To give you a little bit of background on them, in case you're not familiar with the TicPods 2 Pro, they are a totally wireless pair of Bluetooth headphones. Wireless in the sense that the two earbuds don't have to have cables attached to them to work. You do still have to plug a USB-C cable into that, but we'll get into that later. They support high-quality Qualcomm aptX audio. They have an actual IP rating, which you don't see on a lot of Bluetooth headphones. And the case that they come in, super small, compact, easy to carry around with you. And it's got this nice little pattern design on the top of the case. So let's skip on ahead, get down to brass tacks, and give these a bit of a review. First up, the sound quality. I've used a wide variety of Bluetooth earbuds, from terrible ones to actually really nice ones. My favorites at the moment, I do have to say, are the AirPods Pro, but in terms of sound quality, these are some of the best ones that I've heard. And that's actually thanks in large part to the app that it comes with. So the last device I connected this to was my iPhone. I have actually connected this to Android tablets, Android phones, iPhone, iPad. I don't think I've tried it with a desktop or a laptop, but it should work very similarly, except you're not going to have the app. The app is the one thing that really makes this thing or breaks it for you. Without it, they're a decent pair of Bluetooth earbuds, but with the app, you unlock a whole new feature set. So once I open this up, if you're an AirPods user, this will probably look pretty familiar. There we go, it popped up. You can see both of the earbuds here, and the case was on the other side. It shows the battery level of all of them. But then, if you click on the little settings button here, you have the ability to turn on and off a lot of the features, change the double click option. There's an equalizer. So if I click on this, you can see a few different options here. It comes on standard by default, so what you're going to hear out of the box is going to sound pretty good. But depending on the type of things you're listening to, for example, I was just listening to something by Tool. I changed it to heavy metal, made it sound so much more rich and immersive, much more pleasing to the ear for a pair of earbuds. Very impressed. I don't actually see the button inside of the iOS app, but on the Android app, there's a button. There we go, maybe you can see it here. I'm on my Samsung S10 aptX HD audio, so I'm guessing that maybe it's just not compatible with the iPhone. I've gone back and forth again between Android and iOS, and the sound quality seems pretty similar on both, so I'm guessing it's just on by default on iOS. But the other thing, and again, this is why you're going to want to have the app anyway, there's an upgrade headset option, and I've already gotten at least 2 upgrades for it so far. They both say things like better sound quality, better call quality, so they are continually working on these, which is great to see. I actually haven't done any phone calls with these yet, just one quick test call earlier, so I haven't had a chance to really test out the audio in terms of calling, but maybe I can get you a quick sample of what the audio sounds like from the microphone just by recording it to my phone. So here's a quick audio test coming from the TicPods 2 Pro. As you can see, I do have them in my ears, and I have tested them just by tapping on them. You can kind of hear when I tap on them. Sorry about that. But this is what the audio sounds like coming out of them. Nothing edited, nothing changed, just recording to the voice memo app on my iPhone. Moving right along, latency. That's something that comes up an awful lot, especially for me, because I usually use Bluetooth earbuds or Bluetooth headphones to watch YouTube videos, to listen to music, to watch movies and TV shows on Disney Plus and Hulu and Netflix and whatever else I happen to be watching. And if you're watching a video, a live action anything or a cartoon or whatever, with Bluetooth headphones or earbuds, a lot of times they will be out of sync. There will be latency problems. I've not experienced that. Luckily, I've watched hours and hours, and actually today alone, I've probably watched 2.5 hours of YouTube, with the grand majority of that being like talking head video, people talking to the camera, mouths did not get out of sync on Android and iOS. So I've been very pleased with that. Moving right along to battery life, they do claim 4 hours of battery life out of these and 20 hours when you pair it up with the case. I've charged the case I think twice so far, but I did not have to. I think at the moment the case is at like 59% because I plugged it in a couple of days ago. The lowest I've seen the earbuds go is 30%, and that was earlier today because again, I watched videos for about 2.5 hours, so it was at like 35%, and I got an update, a firmware update notification, so I went ahead to update the firmware, put it back in the case. By the time the update was done, like 15 minutes later, it was back up to 85%. So battery life and charging is very impressive on these. The one thing that it's missing is wireless Qi charging. With the AirPods Pro, again, I'm able to put the AirPods down on my Qi charging pad at the end of the night. They charge up. This is USB-C. It's fast charging capable, so it's perfectly fine. I don't mind plugging it in. And again, I haven't had to plug it in but a couple of times. So that's very convenient. Which, moving on, that convenience is the next thing I wanted to talk about. As I mentioned earlier, the case, very small, very lightweight. And one of the things that Mobboy mentioned to me was this will actually fit in the 5th pocket of jeans. So hopefully I can kind of show you this here. I have a pocket there, slide it down in. I actually did that when I went to work the other day because I normally keep a phone in each pocket. So I was able to put these in my 5th pocket, carry it around all day, and I didn't even notice they were there. The other convenience feature that I really, really like is how easy it is to pair. When you first open the case, it attempts to pair to whatever it paired with last just immediately. Very, very quick. Like we're talking less than 5 seconds. But if you need to pair it to something new, you just open the case, you double tap the button, it disconnects it from whatever it was connected to, you click pair on the new device, pairs them together. That's just Bluetooth. But instead of having to take them out and hold a button and do this and do that, you just double tap the button, the lights on the front flash blue, and it's ready to connect. So I've been able to take this in one day and go from my iPhone, iPad Pro, 2019 regular iPad, and Android tablet, the Samsung Galaxy S5e tablet, just by going from one device to the next and tapping the button, reconnecting on the new device. Super easy. Now, one of the last things to talk about is the Tic features. One of the big differentiators between the TicPods 2 Pro and the TicPods 2 that are the cheaper option is that these come with Tic Hear, Tic Motion, and Quick Commands. Tic Hear is basically where you can put the earbuds in your ears and then say their keyword, Hey Tico, and it will trigger the assistant on whatever device you've got it paired to. I've tested it on both. It works a whole lot quicker than I was expecting. A lot of Bluetooth earbuds, you have it paired to that and you push it and sometimes it'll just time out. Sometimes it doesn't work. With these, it works pretty consistently and faster than I expected. You can't really do like, Hey Tico, what's the weather? You have to do Hey Tico, wait for it to come up, then say what's the weather. Actually, I can just go ahead and demo that while we're here. All right, I should be connected now. Hey Tico, what's the weather in San Francisco? And it's playing. The other options, the Tic Motion, I tried it very briefly earlier and I'll do a demo here in a second. The Quick Commands, they're things like you're supposed to be able to say play song and it should just pick that up when you've got both earbuds in. I've got them in, it didn't do anything. You're supposed to be able to say next song or hang up call. None of those seem to be working. Maybe it's a firmware update that needs to happen. We'll see. But Tic Motion, that is the option where when you receive a phone call, and I'm gonna go ahead and call from one phone to another, I'm now getting a call on my phone, I can say, have to be very deliberate, but it did actually pick up and I'm able to talk. Here, I'll hit speaker. You can kind of hear there's a lot of echo. We're going to stop. And just for the sake of argument, I'm going to hit the button and call again. And I'm going to say no this time. It's now ringing on the watch and everything. I'm going to say no. And it missed the call, so it's going to voicemail on the other phone. Again, I don't want to show it because it's got the phone numbers and everything, so you're gonna have to kind of take my word on that one, but it works about as well as you'd expect. You do have to be kind of animated with the gestures for it to work, so I can't really imagine sitting in my office with these in and going, yes, but maybe. And the last thing to talk about is fit. The last thing, the reason that I put this at the end is this is kind of my one gripe about it. The Tic Hear, the Tic Motion, the Quick Commands, those things, those are kind of gimmicky and I don't really use them, but the fit and the comfort, right now they're actually very comfortable. They don't hurt or anything. I can wear them for long periods of time. Like I said, I've worn these for like 2.5 hours today, but getting them in my ear properly takes some work. Like I can put them in here and even doing that, I hit the touch controls and it starts beeping at me and trying to play things. The thing to say about this is, I mentioned this in the unboxing video, the shape of these is very akin to the Apple AirPods. Not the Pros, just the regular AirPods, which don't fit in my ears and are not comfortable on me. I can sit these in my ear like this and they'll stay there for hours. But if I move, if I try to eat, if I talk too much, they will just slide right out. Of course, they're not gonna happen right now because I have the camera on. And this one, I think I actually got in very comfortably. So if I move, I normally don't shake my head like this. They didn't come out. So I could see these probably staying in for some people for running. If your ears are the shape of ears that fit the Apple traditional AirPods, they will probably fit these very well. And the additional features and the sound quality and everything definitely make it worth a look, especially the equalizer. That's like the biggest feature for me. And actually this one last thing that I did forget to mention, this is like a massive feature in my opinion, especially for people that travel a lot. So if I come back into the app, you can see here, TicPods 2 Pro connected, translations. And if I hit over here for use, it goes into translation mode. So now I can hold on the headset to speak. Hello, my name is Jordan. And you can see it translated into Japanese, and it is playing it. And then on the phone, I can actually click and speak Japanese back to it. Ohayo gozaimasu. And it says good morning, and then plays it in my ear. That is amazing. That's not something that's brand new or anything. Google's had that Google Translate for a long time. But what's really cool is this drop down, you You can say mobile session translate, where you do everything on the phone. Headset translation, where I wear one, you use the phone for the other. Mode for session in each ear. So if I click on that one, I could technically hand this one to somebody else. And then I could speak to someone who speaks Japanese without having to speak Japanese. Or any one of a bunch of other languages. German, Norwegian, and Swedish. Look at this list. Just goes on and on. Polish, Thai, Arabic. I'm going to go ahead and mention, I watched TK Bay's video about this earlier. He did a demo where he spoke in Arabic to it and had it speak Arabic back to him. That was a very impressive demo to see. The one earbud per ear is the one thing I think he didn't mention, so I'm going ahead and making sure to mention it here as well. And one thing he did mention that I'm not going to be able to show at the moment is you can actually pair these up with the TicWatch. A few months back, I think it was like early last year, I made a video about their TicWatch Pro 4G LTE, completely wireless connected cell phone watch. You can pair these up with that watch and then have a completely hands-free everything, no phone needed or anything. I don't have that set up at the moment. I don't have the 4G connected to it. I don't actually have the watch set up at the moment because I'm still using the Apple Watch. So that is very nice that these work so cleanly with that. I just haven't done that. So pricing and availability. I think these are $99 for the TicPods 2, $139 for the TicPods 2 Pro, the ones that I'm using now. Biggest difference between them, again, Tic here, so being able to say, hey Tico, and use the assistant. Tic motion, being able to do the yes and no to answer and not answer calls, and then quick commands that don't work. I think that's the biggest differences. There's like a whole graph I saw over on Android Police of all of the differences. That was the highlights. So realistically, $99 to get the TicPods 2 would probably be a really sweet spot, because I think the AirPods are $129. Check it out over on their website. I'll put links to where you can find it on their website and wherever else. If it's anywhere else, if it's Amazon or something, it'll be an affiliate link. But one way or the other, I've been very impressed with these. And for the price point, I think it's definitely worth looking into. Is this going to pull me away from my AirPods Pro? No, definitely not. I think once in the last week I've put the AirPods Pro in, and the seal, the noise cancellation, the isolation, it's going to draw me back every time. But those are like twice the price of these. And the sound quality is very, very similar, with the added advantage that these have aptX audio as well as the equalizer. So these are really a great buy if they fit in your ears. So thanks so much to Mobboy for reaching out, for offering to send these out, for letting me try them out. Thanks to you guys for watching. If you liked the video, you can always, down below, you can hit that thumbs up button, hit the like button to let me know you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified when new videos come out. Ring the notification bell. There's a bell right down there that if you hit that, it's supposed to let you know when I post new videos. I'm trying to post more videos now, and I have a lot of things planned for the rest of the year, but that's gonna be all for today. We'll see you again next time.